Hi, my name is Gord Gray. I'm a contractor from the province of Manitoba. I have about 35 years in custom home building and renovations under my belt. A couple of years ago, a friend of mine asked me to help him with his cottage in the St. Laurent area. That's on Lake Manitoba. The province at that time in 2011 was experiencing a major flood. By the time it was all over and the waters had receded, this beautiful area here, some of the most pristine cottage country in this province, was nothing but a stinking swamp and filled with damaged and destroyed cottages, lumber, household effects and everything else. It was a mess. Over 7,000 people were put out of their homes and cottages, and at the end of 2012, just under 3,000 of them were still out of their homes and cottages. This situation is ongoing. There's still plenty of work to be done. There's hundreds of cottages to be rebuilt and hundreds more to be repaired. It's a big task. But the biggest task of all is the individual property owners and how can they deal with that kind of a situation. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. You see, I've worked with about 12, maybe 15 families in the last year and a half. And each one being an individual project, each one being unique, we've worked through some of these issues and we've worked through the decisions that needed to be made and the process that we had to go through to get contractors involved and get work done and get people restored and back into their homes. And this process has been stressful for some and it has been beneficial for some. The aftermath of the flood event itself completely overwhelmed the local government officials, the suppliers, the tradesmen in this area, and it's been the case for the last 2 years basically, as everybody has been struggling to get things back in order. This is an ongoing process, and the ones that are really overwhelmed more than anybody else are the property owners themselves, facing the daunting task of taking care of their own cleanup and making their own arrangements. The very thing that is intended to help you in your recovery can be your greatest hindrance. As bureaucracies are developed around these flood events, well-intentioned governments and well-intentioned committees trying to work together will bring forward processes and make decisions on a daily basis. But inevitably, communications seem to fall apart. These different agencies sometimes don't cooperate that well with each other. And they certainly don't communicate well with property owners, as we have found here in Manitoba. And the result is that there's a wall of kind of instability or distrust or confusion or whatever you want to call it that seems to build up. And that can hinder you from moving forward in your own process. And we've had to counsel with people and coach them through that wall, to get past that wall and get your project on track. Several of the families that I've dealt with have agreed to share their experiences with you, and that is the purpose of this documentary, so that perhaps something in their story will help you find your courage to move your situation forward. So people all over the world in various places, New Orleans, New Jersey, the Philippines, all over the world are experiencing disasters brought on by weather and other circumstances totally beyond their control. And nobody prepares you for a situation like that. But somewhere deep down on the inside of each and every one of us, there is a well of courage. And sometimes it takes a little coaching to reach that well, but it's there. And I'm not trying to gloss over the situation that you're facing, but I am trying to reach out to you and express some hope. And maybe some of the stories that we're about to share with you will help you find your courage and help you find the ability to make the decisions to move your life forward.